Hi everybody, welcome to my video. Today I'll be making a video on how the groups that would form in a post-apocalyptic world. My name is Lone Wolf Mod and welcome to the video today. Now, how a post-apocalyptic world would look like, or the kind of events that would occur after the collapse of modern civilization as we have been used to, is a discussion for another day, and one I can't credibly handle. What I can say is that the behavior of people and the groups that forms in the world has at times resembled prior works of art. It's as if the works of art prophesied or foretold how the world was going to look like and how people were going to behave. So if we're going to go by what has happened in the worlds of video games such as The Last of Us, Days Gone, Dying Light, what are the main factions and groups of people that would exist in the world following in the years following a major cataclysm? Which of these factions or groups would you find yourself in, and what lessons can we learn from the post-apocalyptic worlds of these video games? Now, the first group of people that would be around in these post-apocalyptic worlds is the physically sick. Examples of this group are the freakers of Days Gone, the infected animals of Days Gone, or the infected of The Last of Us. In the Division, we also have people with the dollar flu. You may ask, in a video game such as Horizon Zero Dawn, who are the sick? Who are the infected? I argue that the sick in Horizon Zero Dawn are the machines, the corrupted machines. Yeah, they once worked for people and then they became corrupted. So what do the sick and the infected, or the freakers remind us? This group of people reminds us that physical health is the crux, the bedrock of a functioning society. Yeah, and we often take physical health for granted. So what's the second group? The second group of people that would exist in a post-apocalyptic society is the dark regime. Now, this group of people, this group is usually the remnant of a previously politically established and recognized regime, such as a government that previously was democratically elected. Now, this dark regime usually has access to a lot of infrastructure, technology, resources, as governments usually do, and they assert their authority in this new world with a military machine. Examples of this dark regime, or this dark group existing in a post-apocalyptic world, are obviously Fedra in The Last of Us, or Nero in Days Gone. And this group of people usually are failing, and they lost control. When they failed to control the apocalyptic events, this group kind of lost control of society, of order, and started to rot and collapse from the middle. The third group of people that would exist in a post-apocalyptic society would be the militia, the revolutionary militia. An example of this in The Last of Us, obviously, is the Fireflies. In Days Gone, we have the Deschutes County Militia and the other camps that are around the place. We could argue in The Division that the Division is kind of like a militia. Yeah. Now, the core characteristic of this group, this militia existing in a post-apocalyptic society, is a reaction or a revolt against the oppressive tendency or nature of this dark regime that tried to maintain order, and then failed to maintain order as chaos erupted along with this plague or illness. The fourth group of people that would exist in a post-apocalyptic society, according to video games such as The Last of Us and Days Gone, is the bandits. I think this group doesn't need much explanation. This faction represents segments of humankind who are usually very ignorant, uncultured, primitive, chaotic, and they have no desire for order and no desire for virtue. They're usually perverse, hedonistic, indulgent, vulgar, immoral, deceitful. There are gangs that prey on the weak, that prey on loners, and they are basically lawless groups of people. Now, the fifth group that would exist in a post-apocalyptic society would be the fanatical group. An example of the fanatical group would be the Seraphites from The Last of Us, or the Rippers from Days Gone. In Dying Light, there was also a fanatical group, I believe. But this group represents a portion of society remaining in a post-apocalyptic world that kind of lost it. They formed and tried to cope with the chaotic events and the collapse of civilization by organizing into some kind of I hate to use the word religious group that kind of lost the plot. Another group that would exist in a post-apocalyptic world would be the mercenary group. Yeah. Now, belonging to this group is people like Mad Max. Yeah. People who had an experience of prior training as police officers or soldiers. We know Deacon from Days Gone. He's a former soldier. We know Aloy was a trained warrior from the Karja tribe. Another group of people that would exist in a post-apocalyptic society is the smugglers. I don't need to say that Joel belongs to this group of people. And I think that pretty much covers the groups of people that would be around in a post-apocalyptic society. Thank you.